Martinez's statement, which, according to police, was involuntarily, led to his arrest. 1 year later, the trial began. Martinez stood charged with murder, but denied the accusation. The chief prosecutor in Laredo, District Attorney Joe Rubio, demanded the death penalty. District attorneys are elected by the city's voters, and this was the year when Rubio was up for re-election. Miguel was defended by Armando Trevino, a divorce lawyer who had never defended anyone facing the death penalty. It was only when the trial actually began that Miguel gained another defense lawyer, Roger Roca. The trial judge was James Barlow from San Antonio, renowned for his sternness. The 12 jury members were quickly appointed, and after a hasty trial, the jury condemned Miguel Martinez to death. Judge James Barlow read out the sentence.
It is therefore considered and adjudged by the court that the defendant, Miguel Angel Martinez, is guilty of the offense of capital murder. It is therefore the order of the court that the defendant be punished by having the death penalty assessed against him.
District Attorney Joe Rubio had won and chose to adorn his office with a gold plaque to celebrate his victory. Later in the same year, he was re-elected as Laredo's District Attorney. Miguel was placed on death row in Huntsville to await his execution. During the years he sat there, 127 of his fellow inmates have been executed. Their deaths caused by a lethal injection administered in the prison's own death chamber. At the same time, Miguel's new defense lawyer has worked intensively with one aim in sight: to gain Miguel the right to a new trial.
One thing I do know for certain is that he did not commit capital murder, that he's not guilty of murder, and that he shouldn't be on death row. I know these three things without a doubt.
In 30 years, I think I've rarely sat through a proceeding in which it was patently obvious to anyone that sat there that key prosecution evidence had been fabricated.
North of the railroad tracks is the upper classes, and south of the railroad are the lower income classes of people, and there's more poverty south of the railroad than there is north of the railroad. For many, many years, Laredo's been run under a patron-type system. There's a lot of corruption. Everybody knows there's corruption. People here just don't want to get involved. They just mind their own business. They're scared. They're basically scared. They don't want anybody coming after them.
For several years, Poncho Caso was Laredo's deputy mayor and a member of the city council. He wanted to be mayor, but lost the election. Today, he is no longer politically active. Instead, he is an independent and controversial voice in the city.
Look at this house here. You see, those are just not good living conditions. Look at these houses. Look, they're on stilts, and you can smell the sewage. People live in things like that, you know, and I try to, you know, that's why I got into politics, to try to clean this up, try to help people out. There's a big disparity between the poor and the rich, but I think you have more economic segregation than you used to have 20, 30 years ago. This is the other side. The land is usually like $70,000, just the land alone. And then the homes are about 250,000, you know, 200,000. Some of them are $500,000, 400,000. Since property's owned by very few landowners, you know, very few landowners who own large tracts of land. And there's one family that owns about 50, 40,000 acres, and it surrounds Laredo. It basically owns, you know, Laredo.